playing the best COC. But it looks like Mara Jade is going to be starting us off here with the drag bat, the Hydra bat. Interesting approach. I haven't seen Hydra being super effective at the meta here at Town Hall 15, but I have seen some triples occasionally, and we'll see if she can get it done.
Yeah, Eric, I heard you weren't really a fan of these Town Hall 15 Dragons, just based on, you know, our little friendly war we did the other day, but that's all right. We'll see what Mara can do here. Throwing in that blimp, going to go right for the Town Hall. Dragon's going to split out just a little bit, and honestly, if they can kind of stay away from that central area, it could work out really nicely here for Mara. Goes ahead, drops in the blimp, gets that down. She's in nice position here moving forward. Just needs those Dragons to kind of complement the heroes. Ooh, the Headhunter doing some work to the Queen.
Well, we did get the Town Hall taken down. I got the Inferno with it, so the Dragons are regrouping a little bit on the right side, but they're dwindling in numbers here pretty quickly. But the Dragon Riders on the left side are doing a lot more work over there. And if they can get into that scatter shot, that'll definitely help out. But he needs to get these defensive heroes under control, and that's one of the biggest difficulties in this attack here with the King and the Monolith on the backside. She's got her work cut out, but the bats can make the difference here. And there they move off to this left side. Scatter shots were under control, and nice freeze right there. But out of freezes now and just coasting. We'll see if they can make it through.
Yeah, I don't think this one gets there for Mara, unfortunately.
Oh, there we go.
Those bats just got decimated. It was a nice little push, but her Dragons just kind of went off, kind of split awkwardly and didn't get to that scatter shot. That scatter shot took some damage, but was just not able to be finished off as the lava pups were over there dealing some damage to some balloons. A modest 75%. I mean, it's not the end of the world here, but going up against a CHASMAC team, it's kind of a rough start. But I mean, anything could happen at Town Hall 15.
Yeah, still, it's decent percentage here. She almost made it through if she didn't have that scatter shot and had to burn additional freezes onto it. Like, she had the troops in the area there. She was making a good approach to the base there. If that scatter shot went down, I think she might have had it.
Yeah, it's tough to say. There's definitely the troops there, but the lava pups that popped from the Hound there were just decimating the balloons. The push up the middle worked out nicely, got the Town Hall down, but unfortunately the Queen just got kind of caught up here with the Clan Castle troops, the Hound, and then that Headhunter forces out Queen's ability.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, that was really the unfortunate part. The Queen ability getting forced there hurt her quite a bit here, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you engage the Hound before the Headhunter, then it would be a little bit of a problem. But the Headhunter usually is the first to arrive because the Headhunter moves faster. So it's a little bit unfortunate that the Lava Hound was the first to lock her to the Queen and make so that she couldn't switch over and fight off that Headhunter. But if he would have got her to survive just a little bit longer there, the Dragons would have fared a little bit better, and she would have had a chance to get that scatter shot down. And honestly, that definitely could have made the difference of the attack, because she lost a lot of bats right there, and having to invest extra freezes, obviously a problem.
And you know we love a family show here. We're a big family show, and Mara, a family person as well, says, my special needs son is my hero. I wouldn't know anything about life without the perspective I get from him. So wholesome. I love to see it, Mara. Oh, shout out to you for that attack, and I love the family aspect of our show here. We always have, you know, shout outs to the kids, shout outs to the parents. Oh, that's so wholesome. You gotta love it, guys.
Well, Mara is just kind of the definition of wholesome. She's just awesome. She's like the centerpiece of our community. Love to see her. But here we go. We're moving on over to the CHASMAC side. Gabriel is going to be coming in with some zap into Electro Titans, and we know this attack is very strong. And look at the lightning value. It'll take out a scatter shot and the Monolith on the same lightning punch.
Nice little zap there. I mean, and that's where we saw the success in that last war, was when we zapped out the Monolith so we didn't have to deal with it. Got the Flinger coming in here early with the Warden. Pops.
Did that get 2 expos as well? That's a big value here, Bash. That's a really big value in that zap.
You're right. Yeah, 2 bows down plus another building there. Oh, wow. Okay, that is massive. Good call there, Eric.
Yeah, and I want to point out here that Mortar Supporter, he's a 1-Hive player too, so. I mean, home team representing here.
Shameless. Oh, boy, here we go.
But on the wrong side of the war right now. Let's see if he can hold back Gabriel as he continues in with that Warden Walk and that Flame Flinger that I think is going to split off to the left and go handle the scatter shot there.
Electro Titans are going to work in. They're going to have to cut back in, which they shouldn't have a problem. King's going to go ahead and cut off the flank to push them inside. And then we'll have that jump spell to get them through possibly to the Town Hall, or maybe just cut them off here. Yeah, there goes the jump spell. So all of those Electro Titans should go in. We got the Clan Castle of a bunch of archers coming out of here. more archers, goblins, more goblins, headhunters, one witch, just a whole hodgepodge of troops in there. But with the Electro Titans, that's not a big deal. They'll just eat right through that.
Yeah, they just instantly evaporate as soon as they make their approach there, so they are gone. He makes his way through that Town Hall and across the base here, but keep it on the healers. The healers are getting the push into that Town Hall poison, and that is going to hurt them a lot. Single Inferno gets missed on the right side. King will wrap around that. There's some witches out there to give some distraction potentially, but the healers are dropping fast here. The Electro Titans are going over to the Single Inferno now, and they will get it down there, but not without some casualties in the process. But look at that Flame Flinger on the opposite side.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to point out. The Flinger's still got a little bit of health left. It's going to be able to get a couple more shots out, get a couple more defenses. I like this one for Gabriel. 2 abilities still left. I think this has got enough gas in the tank to get through. Remember, we got Clan Castle troops. It'll still come out of the Flinger. I don't think there's any way this isn't a 3-star for CHASMAC.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a lot of zap value. You got to be careful with that on these bases, and that's why I say base building meta. You make some base building mistakes there. They're going to take advantage of it, and that can make a difference, and that's what can ultimately send through these triples. So lots of lightning value, and Electro Titans are all obviously very, very powerful with this attack and this initial setup. So love to see it, and lots of Valkyries come out of that Flame Flinger later in the attack as well to help support on the backside.
And that's a nice little play, is to get those Valkyries, especially in an area where there's not going to be too much pressure on after that Flinger works. The Valkyries are a good play to kind of come in there and clean up plate. But this is just a really well-executed plan from Gabriel. That Flinger does work, cleans up the whole left side. Meanwhile, the Titans with the heroes just work through and clear out the rest of the base. Really good patience on the World Champion, and just works through and guts this base. Honestly, just overkilled it.
Yeah, and the witches stayed safe on the outside, so he gets all kinds of witch support towards the end of the attack there, and those skeletons just pass everything up and give him plenty of tanking, plenty of distraction onto that backside. It is a very, very powerful attack. Definitely one of my favorites, and I've noticed that a lot of the top Legend League pushers are using that attack as well. That one and those Super Archer blimps that we've yet to see.
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked we haven't seen a Super Archer blimp. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit biased just because I like seeing, you know, a bunch of invisibilities and clones and archers just flinging arrows everywhere. But the Electro Titans seem to be the favorite so far here in our open finals, excuse me there. But still a lot of war to go. Obviously, best COC falls behind early, and we saw that in that first war. Fell behind, they weren't able to come back. We'll have to see if Mortar Supporter, your guy here, can put a... Oh, we might see a Super Archer blimp here.
Yeah,
I see the clones, I see the invises.
Now the question is, can he survive through a poison tower? Because he's looking like he's going to send in a handful of balloons and just distract this air defense for just a moment and sail over the top of it. He'll even freeze up the poison tower so it can't throw, and that gives a chance so it doesn't throw and land on top of where the Super Archers drop in. Allow them to get invisible. A couple wall breakers inside of his blimp as well. There's the double clone. Rage it up, and he'll get that poison tower down, but not where his Super Archers are standing, so they can continue to shoot, secure the Town Hall, got the scatter shot down, got the CC pull, or did he get the CC pull? Where is the CC? I don't even know.
CC's down.
Oh,
CC's down. He got it out.
Yeah, I see
no
it's
problem.
down at the bottom of the base there. I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, the troops are down there. The CC's down.
You know what he did there? He actually put an archer in the bottom, so as soon as the Super Archers landed, you don't want like an Electro Titan coming out and sitting near your archer drop, otherwise you get wrecked. So just pre-deploying an archer in the bottom corner to lure the CC away while the archers are invisible. That's actually really, really smart.
And then he'll be able to deal with these Ice Golems no problem here with the Electro Titans. Just want to try to keep those Electro Titans away from as much damage as possible. King's going to go ahead and try to cut off and push everything inside the base here. We don't have any jump spells because remember the heavy investment of 2 clone spells along with all the invisibilities and the rage. Wall breaker targets an outside wall there. Needs that wall breaker to get in and get the Igor artillery compartment open. Although with the Titans, like, he'll be fine. Yeah, he's just going to cruise on by there. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he got the King ability covering cover with the Warden and also protect those Electro Titans going in the middle of the base there. Now, if he can get the defensive Road Champion down, he's in a pretty good spot. He just needs to set up for the Road Champion to come in and wrap around everybody. And he's got good tanking all throughout. Now, the healers did mostly go to the King to the outside of the base, and they're actually going to save him out there. And we'll see if he has an impact later on. But in the meantime, he needs to get this Inferno down. The Electro Titans are on it. His Queen goes to the backside, pops her ability, takes the Monolith down. If she gets the King down, I don't think much can stop this Road Champion.
Yeah, Road Champion's still plenty of health, still has her ability. That King stays up, got 2 bows, a lot of Archer Towers. This is going to be tough. His King is getting healed a little bit there with that Electro Titan. Royal Champion will throw her ability. If she can get through a couple of these Archer Towers, might be enough. That cannon's going to be low. it's going to be close, Eric.
I don't think the king can beat this other king. He's got so much HP that he's got to heal up, and
There's a Titan in there.
There is a Titan, and he's got the Diggy, because the Diggy, as soon as another hero goes down that was working with the Diggy, then the Diggy automatically transfers over. So it's like the safest pet ever. It's like, it's awesome. I love Diggy. But he's almost out of time as well, so even if he has a way to get past here, he's not going to have enough time, and it's worst case scenario, it's going to be a high percentage.
Yeah, very nice attack. You're right, though. The time's going to run out here for Mortar Supporter. It's going to get 96, maybe 97% with this last Wizard. That King just holds everything up. 96%. I mean, they definitely wanted a triple there, but if you're going to miss a 96% 2-star, it's a good way to miss.
Yeah, and his Queen ability almost got that defensive King down. She just had a little bit too much heat on her there, and he got the Monolith out of the way. Obviously, you had to get both of them out of the way there to get the Road Champion a chance to pull through. And that Road Champion, she just stuns all those defenses with the Diggy as she makes her way through. So when it gets thinned out like that, she can do a lot of work. But as soon as she encounters a defensive hero, she gets shut down. You really, really have to get those defensive heroes under control. But at the same time, he also needed to get the Eagle Artillery under control. So after that initial setup, it was a no-brainer that he had to go through the Eagle Artillery and just kind of risk it on the backside. And that just shows you the strength of the defenses here at Town Hall 15. You're like, there's no easy way to take these bases down. Like, if they're well set up, then both choices are going to leave you in a tight spot. There was no easy answer there.
Right. It's going to be tough situations, I mean, all around, no matter how you set it up. But we're going to have Peivu coming in next with a nice Lalo. Looks like Queen Charge zapped Lalo. So a lot going on here. Zapping out the Monolith. Gonna get to the bows also. Get some damage on the Eagle, but not enough to take that Eagle Artillery down. Needed one more Lightning spell if he wanted to get that, but I don't think that was the intention. Just going to go ahead and get those couple of Expos out, pull out the Clan Castle. Queen will be able to deal with that Clan Castle here down at the bottom.
Yeah, I was worried that he wasn't going to get the air defense down in that corner, but he does have his Flame Flinger working it from the right side. That mortar could potentially be a problem, so I'm curious to see if he throws down some tanking over there to go handle the distraction for a moment to make sure he doesn't get struck. But actually, he might just outrange it and strike at the air defense, which would take the mortar down as collateral. And that's actually going to work out quite nice because they're touching. So good identification right there. He does have the King go in the opposite direction, and the Queen will take the Lightning to form half of the funnel. The Flame Flinger forms the other half of the funnel. He's got to charge his way in, and he's got his work cut out for him because I think the Queen is in charge of taking the Town Hall down because he doesn't have a blimp.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough charge indeed. But we've seen Peivu do these attacks in the past, and he knows how to command his Queen. He knows how to get her to go in the right areas. Tony Gunk will return. That's ominous. Okay.
What was that?
I'm so sorry, Tony. I'm so sorry, but Peivu's attacking here, bro. We got to focus on Peivu. Queen's working into the Eagle Artillery. She should have no problem there getting through the Eagle Artillery, but those poison towers did deploy, slowing her down a little bit.
Yeah, it's okay. They both threw, so at least they're going to reset around the same time. I don't know what's up with Tony, but he's going to get the couple of balloons, and what else came out of that flame thing? Either way, what's able to take out its primary targets over there. Queen getting locked onto by the single Inferno, goes invisible for now. Basically, after the Lightning, every single spell is invested in the Queen. She locks on the tunnel now, freezes again to get past the single, but she has her ability intact here, and here goes the Lalo in from the left side, working with the Road Champion, the Diggy, the Warden, and the Owl. So a big force mover there. He can pop his Warden ability right around now, but he needs to protect those Headhunters as well.
Yeah, this is a strong push for Peivu. Warden ability will come in here shortly. RC is going to take out the enemy RC here, and we still got the enemy Queen to deal with. He's got his Queen ability. There goes that Warden ability. Finally goes off. Queen ability goes off to get through the single. Gets the enemy Queen down also. This Queen just took out most of the base here. This is something we saw a lot at 14 with this crazy Queen charges. I guess with the Lightning taking out the Monolith, you can go ahead and do that again.
And he got a couple expos with it as well. So like all that damage removed completely sets up this Queen charge. She's able to minimize the damage all the way through. Peivu, what an absolute monster of a Queen charge there, because these Town Hall 15 cores are not easy to make your way through, but he invested every single spell in this. And I love what happened over on this left side with Lalo coming in. Watch the Road Champion as he made his way forward, because the Road Champion was the first to arrive at his scattershot range, and he quickly identified that the balloons were not taking taking Scattershot fire, and that allowed him to delay the Warden ability all the way forward through the defensive row champion, and he was able to hold on to it and protect the balloons into the top corner. And that might be the difference. I think it might have been. I think he didn't have any spells going to the top corner, and he would have struggled had he not had the Warden on that last push. So the row champion comes in clutch and tanks that scatter, and that really helped out.
Yeah, remember the scatter shot can't target air and ground. It's going to hit ground or air, so Royal Champion getting just ahead there. And that's a nice little move for Pavu. Works out really well. And CMG going to be up huge now. 6 stars to 4. Obviously, commanding spot on the percentage. Best COC is going to need a triple here. You don't want to fall behind. You don't want to continue to fall behind against the CMG squad. They're really powerful, really strong attackers. I mean, we're just getting to the heart of their lineup.
Yeah, and I want to point out that we're seeing a lot of anti-2-star bases. So this war could swing in an instant.
Yep.
This one has a double poison tower. I'm afraid to throw witches at a double poison tower because of the poison towers just mow through witches.
But are we going to zap the poison towers and the multis here?
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, this seems like the ultimate Eric play. Zap out the poison towers, zap out the multis, and just yeet it all in there.
Yeah, and he might even have those other battle builders that are outside of the range actually not be able to repair the town hall. I don't even know if they're close enough. So he zaps out the damage onto the wait, there's still extra. Okay, never mind. Disregard that. If he gets extra quake damage onto the town hall, he still have to deal with it. But he's got the blimp to go and secure the town hall. I have seen a lot of people transition as we started town hall 15. Everybody's throwing in like the log launcher to go try to push in and secure the town hall. But as we get more and more developed, Bergie, she's going to be coming in with this blimp to go secure the town hall. And Bergie's a very, very, very good player and definitely another one of the prominent members in the community. So love to see her in action here, and I love to see witches in general.
Just mass witches is just so much fun. You see so many skeletons. We do see some of these witches going off to the left side, though. I don't think that's going to be an issue with the blimp going for the town hall here.
Bomb.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's Warden ability will protect it to get all the way through there. No tornado trip. Yeah, blimp will land, and there should be a safe blimp. I hear goblins coming out, so we'll have a bunch of little regular goblins, a couple minions, and then a bunch of sneaky goblins. But those ice balloons could be a little bit of a menace as the witches start working their way around.
You know what would have been a lot bigger of a problem? If an Electro Titan came out, where they would set him right on top where that blimp drop. I saw Klaus actually get stopped up one of his blimps the other day against that, and that was kind of scary. But what the heck happened to her top flank here? She's getting shut down up there. The Queen's left stranded, and there's only witches on the outside and left side. This base has completely shut these witches down. I thought they were going to move through smooth, but they just evaporated. What the heck happened here, Vash?
That scatter was an issue up there. I mean, we got rid of a lot of the splash early, but not enough of the wizard towers, the scatter shot, the bomb towers. They just did enough damage being tucked away in there. And then that clan castle holding up the queen there. Just a tough go here for Bergie.
Yeah, she's going to have to maybe go back to the drawing board on this one. Maybe go sacrifice a couple of free spells into storages. You know, just to help with the witch gods out there, and you know, you gotta give yourself any chance for future luck as you can. But she'll at least get this Royal Champion through to the single Inferno. Diggy stuns it, so she's able to power through Popper. But wait, does she have a chance here? Nah, the scatter shot's still standing.
Yeah,
she's in a lot of trouble no matter what she does here.
Yeah, the queen wasn't able to get through the scatter because those ice globes went up there. So there's still a lot of splash. Also, even still, like 2 wizard towers and a bomb tower, 3 splash. Not to mention that scatter shot up there. It would have been tough for the witches to get through. That's tough. It's a heartbreaker. You want to see them get this one closer, but CHASMAC's bases. I mean, we talked about base building. They're holding up so far.
Yeah, and you would think that if you take out, what is it, 5 lightning in a quake for each of those infernos and 4 in a quake to get out those spell towers. So if you're investing that much into those and you get those quality targets, that you're in a pretty good spot. But scatter shots are the reason why witches are sparingly used above Town Hall 13 because they are very, very difficult to work your way through. And she did have a good plan with the ward ability, but unfortunately they just got smoked out there. And I wonder what happened with the King, because the King probably could have held the attention of the scatter shot for a long time. I wonder if he got targeted by the monolith or something, but there were a lot of witches there, so a lot of distraction opportunities. Maybe he also didn't get under the ward ability. Yeah, the ward is put off to the left side and didn't protect the King, and obviously that presents some problems and reduces his longevity over there.
Yeah, tough one there, but Max going to look to push this one further away. And we see right now selected as the new siege machine, the battle drill, which kind of acts like Diggy. Does a little stun when it pops up. We'll have to see if that stays true, if he goes with the battle drill there. Queen's under heavy pressure early, though. The balloons are going to go ahead and just get taken out. Ooh, that was tough. That Queen got under pressure early. Super Minions poisoned, so gets the CC under control. And then we'll have that Lalo coming in. We have an Ice Hound a little bit later.
No, Single, don't lock out of the Warden. He has to freeze. He put a skeleton spell down to try to distract him, but a moment late on that. So wait, it was the Queen. I mean, whatever. The hero was there, was getting targeted by the single Inferno, and he's got this battle drill going in.
The battle drill get the single, yeah.
And it stuns it too as soon as it arrives as well. So it's doing a lot of damage. It's gonna take it down and then actually continue
to the
and
Eagle.
go to the Eagle. Oh, I like the setup.
That's a good play. I like that a lot. Understanding the pathing of the troops there, of the siege machine rather, to get in there, get that single out, get to the Eagle artillery without a huge investment. I mean, that's really nice. And then that battle drill is just going to continue on.
Yeah, and every time it comes out of underground, it has to have new tree defenses rock onto it, and then it passes them off to somebody else there, and it stays protected, so it can deal a lot of damage, and it can duck away there and stay safe. Well, it looks like, what is it, Balloon and a Yeti out of there, which are potentially going to get the Town Hall? What if he rages it right now and secures the Town Hall takedown?
I think he could. I think if he raged him, but Queen's right there.
She's right there.
Queen will get it, no problem. Has to use the invisibility on the Queen to make sure don't lose the healers. And here comes that Lalo from the bottom side. I mean, that's a strong open. They got most of the base down on the top side there. A lot of key defenses. Queen's going to go ahead and get through the scatter, but those balloons took a lot of damage here. And is it the enemy Royal Champion fighting his Royal Champion now? It looks like it.
Yeah, but with the distraction of the balloons there, she's able to power through. The single Inferno up ahead here. He does get his Royal Champion locked onto by that single Inferno, but the Queen steps in to assist, and he's still got a Rage here. Warden's working. Rage gets him through the air defense quickly, preserving the Warden all the way to the end. And look at this. CHASMAC putting up 3 triples in the row in this extremely difficult Town Hall 15 defensive meta.
Man, that was just a really fun plan from Max. Using that battle drill. We don't see the battle drill used too much, but understanding the pathing of where it was going to go and how it could get all... like you said, if he used a Rage, he could have got the Town Hall too with that battle drill. Just a really nice plan.
Yeah, I love what he did with that battle drill. Honestly, you don't see a lot of the battle drill being used, but that was very creative on how he used it and very effective. Like, that was very... It just didn't die. It just kept on moving through target to target to target, and it was a relatively thin area. It's like kind of the same like when you use the Royal Champ or the Diggy. If you're moving into an area that doesn't have a lot of defenses striking you, and you can engage the defenses one at a time, then everything gets stunned up as you approach it, and it makes so then you can also use the Royal Champion on the other side, and then have the same effect there with the Diggy going in and assisting with those stuns and powering through all these back-end defenses.
Man, what did it say? That was just cool. Just watching that replay was really, really fun, really enjoyable. CHASMAC, commanding. They're looking like they're in their form from last season. Remember, they were just a powerhouse early on, looking to get through to that challenge phase. They definitely don't want to have to play through another ladder because it's just really stressful. You got to play a lot of matches. You got to burn a lot of bases. You got to put in a lot of work. So go ahead and just get your challenge secured here today. If they win, they'll do that, and it looks like, just based on the scoreboard, they should win this one.
Yeah, and CHASMAC is a daunting team for any of these guys to fight because they did make it to the North American Finals. They fought War and Glory in the finals, and they came in second place in the entire competition last season. So that is a tough team to go down, and this is the team to beat here today because War and Glory already advanced for topping the ladder. So to see those top 2 teams make it through like usual is kind of expected, but I mean, you never know what's going to happen, and it looks like now we have Leonard coming in for our next attack.
Maybe Super Archer or Minion. I would say Super Archer Bomb into Rocket Loons. Okay, this one's got me puzzled. Got to be careful of the poison towers for sure. We talked about that before. Here comes some balloons. We're going to commit the Warden ability early.
Whoa, big investment out of the gate here. And he's going to launch this blimp up to the top of the base there, freezes the poison towers. Multiple freezes invested into that to make sure those poison towers don't throw before they land. And he doesn't want to throw the blimp there, otherwise it sits there and sits on top of...
Ice Golem pops on top of the archers, though.
Oh, doesn't want to move out of the way, though, I think. He's okay, I think.
Yeah, but it did stall them up for a quick second, no problem. Archers are working through there, getting the damage. He did get a nice little chunk out, committing all those loons and everything down there. So the bottom of the base is cut out. I'm just a little bit worried. 16 rocket loons isn't a lot.
Yeah, and the poison, or the poison towers one of them went down, but the other one stays standing. And now you see those gears pumping on it, and it's going to start to reset and get another poison tower or another poison bomb ready to throw. So by the time he gets there, he's going to have that recharge, and he left up that multi-inferno in the middle base. So he's going to have a tough time. But these heroes are going to have to pick up a lot of value. They're going to have to do most of the heavy lifting here.
Need these skeletons to keep tanking the monolith. Don't want that monolith to lock onto the king of the world champion here. Throws down a freeze spell, but the ice golems freeze as well. Monolith is going to the royal champion, I think.
No, it's on the Lassie. Lassie picked
Lassie,
it up. Lucky
OP,
break.
nice. Saving some health there for the royal champion. Heroes, I mean, heroes are doing what they're supposed to. They're supposed to get a lot of value here. He's going to use those rocket loons to kind of keep them in, keep them padding. Still has the king's ability, pops it off right there, and it still has a wall break along with plenty of rocket loons. It's a lot of base remaining, though, and look at that poison tower is all the way regenerated, so it'll throw another poison bomb out here momentarily. There it goes.
Yeah, now here comes the rocket balloons on the other side. He's going to try to pick off any defenses that he can reach from the outside and try to thin it down a little bit more to give his heroes the additional support that he needs. The Royal Champion throws her shield, is able to at least hit that single Inferno, giving her a chance. The poison tower slows down her movement speed, slows down her attack speed, and that makes the difference and makes so that she doesn't get that down. It turns on the Queen, forces her ability as well, and he's running out of troops here, and he still has the defensive Royal Champion, an Expo that's beating down on him, and a Scattershot standing on the backside. He's going to be in trouble here, and I don't think he's going to make it through, Bash.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, you're basically all in on the heroes getting a majority of this base, and the rocket loons are just kind of there as a utility to keep those heroes working in. So it's kind of a tough attack to pull off. I mean, we've seen it in the past do really well, but I think at 15, especially when you leave up something like that poison tower and the multi there, that's just really tough to get those heroes to get all the way around and finish the space off.
Yeah, when you put all of your eggs in one basket into the Super Archer bomb, it doesn't always pan out there. Like, you're just relying on those Super Archers to get a huge amount of value in the base, and if they don't get it, then you're kind of out of luck. But yeah, I mean, after that big investment, they better get it. You're screwed. You know, it's hard to recover if they don't get everything that you're looking for.
Oh, that double freeze investment, that's crazy. That's so many spell spots there. And missed one of the towers, but I think that Ice Golem popping there may have cost that second poison tower from going down.
Yeah, it just removes one whole invisibility spell, and he's already had a reduced number of overall invisibility spells that he needed to bring there, and he might have been able to avoid pulling those Ice Golems out there had he never let the Super Archers out of invisibility. So there must have been a momentary lapse where the Super Archers were not inside of invisibility, and that drew up. Because you saw the Ice Golems come out in a more staggered motion. They didn't all come out at once. They came out one at a time, and so you really, really have to stay invisible so you avoid pulling ground troops.
Something a little different here, Eric. We got Super Witches. We do have the Lightnings coming in early. Did not get the Monolith, however. It looks like just an Inferno. Missed the spell tower. The invisibility spell tower is still standing. I think Van was trying to get that out, so he didn't have to deal with it as the Super Witches kind of approach the Town Hall. That could be an issue. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised it didn't actually trigger. Usually the buildings are triggering invisibility tower based on damage dealt to the buildings that are inside of its radius. So I don't know how that thing didn't trigger.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused right there, but maybe the lightning doesn't trigger. I'm not sure. Either way, the Super Witches are now going to make their way to the top of the base here. This Warden taking a lot of damage from this Expo. He raided this up the healers to try to keep the Warden from going to ability, and also just get these healers to transfer off of the Warden and over to something more forward.
Here we go. It's going to be a tough push through here with those Ice Golems. Oh man, the Ice Golems are just so annoying on these smash attacks, but it's the right play right now. A lot of people are going ground, so the Ice Golems will freeze up all of the smash. We do have that scatter shot being targeted from the Flinger there on the left-hand side. This Flinger is going to get some nice value. I'm just worried about that invisibility tower. As those witches are going to approach, that Town Hall is going to be invisible for 4 seconds or so. Could be really interesting.
Yeah, but the Super Witches move slow enough that they give it time to fade. Like that, you can use their slow speed to your advantage in this case here. He's got one rage, and the rage is going to need to cover the healers here as he gets slowed down as he moves through the poison. Like right around now would be a good time to rage up, and there's the rage. Just needs to get the healers to step forward. As soon as they're inside of the rage there, then they can counter the slowdown of the healing that the healers are being dealt. And
freeze.
Yeah, nice. Oh, he froze up the invisibility tower so that it can't throw his potion. Another freeze to lock it down, and that might get him through it without that invisibility tower affecting the talent takedown.
It's gonna go off. It's going off right now. Oh, Queen snipes it. Oh, Queen barely snipes it out just in time there. We do have the Royal Champion invisible to get around that King. Does have to worry about that single target Inferno. It's working. I mean, the Super Witches work. They're just really, really slow. They'll get through here eventually. Yeah. A lot of base still remaining here, though. With 35 seconds, we get about 20% of the base. With that single target Inferno, the King, a lot of things that can hold this attack up here at the bottom.
Yeah, I think the Royal Champion should have come in at the right side, going right into the single Inferno. The King obviously going to shut that Royal Champion down. Nothing you can really do about that, though. You'll get the Queen ability to take that single Inferno down, lock onto the King now. Couple grass skellies in the area there distracting, but they have such a big lead at this point here. I mean, it's lucky break here for Bergie to hold on this defense as this one comes down to a timeout. I think he has enough force to finish up here. I'm pretty sure that he does.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of which is finishing the base house in time. And even with the extra damage that they're dealing with that new 6th level that they got at Town 15, they're still a slow troop. And you got to keep it moving. And the Royal Champion can often be the difference of whether you have enough time to make it through or not. So you really have to keep her protected. I feel like that was the biggest flaw of his approach to the base.
We also have one less Super Witch than we normally see. We usually see at least 4 of them in there. Only 3 on this attack, so it could have kind of added into that factor of the slowness of this attack. But also having to deal with that invisibility tower was a little bit annoying. Could have maybe used those spells elsewhere where he used 2 freezes. But Queen came over and sniped out the Town Hall. But I think you're right, like the Witches move slow enough that if he let the invisibility tower go off there, I think it would have still been fine. There's nowhere, it's not like the troops are gonna go anywhere. They're still gonna be right there.
Yeah, exactly. They're just kind of chill in the area. And even if you have defensive CC troops sometimes there, if you engage tunnel on the CC at the same time, the CC keeps you distracted for a moment, you know? So it ends up working out either way. But yeah, I think, it was a triple if you put the Royal Champion on the side there. I think a slight mistake there can make the difference, but overall, very, very well-structured attack, and it is going to keep them in the lead here as we come in for the final attack from the best COC. It's their captain, it's Cam Wow, one of my favorite streamers, a late-night streamer, but a awesome streamer nonetheless.
I like him because he is late. I'm always up late. He's just hanging out, you know, running knockouts or running friendly wars. He's always doing some fun stuff. A really good part of the Clash Clans community. But he's got his Super Bowler Smash, and I've watched him practice this quite a bit. This is his go-to. At 14, he was using the Super Bowlers, but now he's added in those few Electro Titans, and he really understands how this attack works. But Eric, this is the first time we're seeing this recall spell. At max level, you can recall up to 90 housing space of troops, including heroes and pets.
Yeah, and maybe that's why he decided to go in with the 4 healers in the Warden Walk. So if he's just using the Warden to go in after this Mortar, and then he could recall the Warden out, redeploy him somewhere else potentially, and just shift that charge onto a different part of the base, then he can potentially save the Warden. I mean, he's doing good work with the Warden. I don't see any reason to recall him out of there. I'm kind of curious to see what he uses this recall spell for, though. He's also got an Earthquake as well. I'm not sure what that's for either.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little hodgepodge of attack. But I'm sure he's got plans for everything in there. That Mortar is targeting onto the Flame Flinger, but it's okay. Flame Flinger's going to get through it, taking minimal damage there. King's going to come in from the bottom side. I think he dropped in an Electro Titan on that Wizard Tower at the bottom and didn't quite get it, trying to set a little pathing, set the funnel. Queen's going to go ahead and pull out the Warden, and he's going to try to send everything right up the middle of this base.
King will pop his ability over on that left flank there, and he's going to be the first to engage the defensive CC going into the single Inferno, but he's got this Phoenix that can just bring him back up and keep him moving. So he's got a solid chance of going in there, taking down. Electro Titan is burning through the defensive CC in the area. King does drop it. The Phoenix resurrects him. And then also, the Phoenix is getting a little bit of invincibility for a moment as well, soaking out the Black Bombs right where the healers are making their way forward into the core of the base. So I like this setup, and I'm still kind of curious what he's going to use for this Earthquake and recall.
Yeah, he recalled the bowlers there in the middle.
Okay.
They're yanked out, so now they'll be back in his troop bar. He can deploy them on the exterior of the base. He's going to put them down at the bottom. Or did he not get the bowlers? Did he get the Queen and
he got the Titans? Okay.
Okay.
I mean, just pull them out of the crossfire here and redeploy them into a lower damage area, give them a chance to recover and head their way back into the base there. And the Queen down there, the Royal Champion down there, but unfortunately, Eagle Artillery is still standing. Queen and King on defense is still standing. He's got his work cut out for him, and it is going to be too much there for these remaining troops to handle.
Yeah, it's all right, though. I mean,
I still like it. It's so fun.
Yeah, it was fun. First time we get to see the recall. Tough base. I mean, CHASMAC, we were worried about their base building, but CHASMAC's bases are really tough out here.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. I would not want to attack these bases. I'm glad I'm here commentating, not having to try to plan against these CHASMAC bases, that's for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of anti-2-star bases. They have, in the past, run a lot of anti-2-star bases. They proved very, very powerful for them, and they continue that trend here, and they're able to just completely shut them down defensively while picking up some big triples of their own. So winning on both sides of the war, they could literally swag their final attack here. They have the lead without going in, and they already advanced to the challenge phase here. And they're going to be set up nicely. And I guess we'll just have to see what old folks home Best COC is able to do in the lower bracket.
Yeah, and remember, it's not elimination. Like you said, they'll go down to the lower bracket. They'll still have a chance. This is a team that, I mean, honestly, they're trying to have some fun. I mean, I'm sure they're just happy to be here, and they're really just having some fun, getting that experience. And I think the Snapdragon is a great tournament. I mean, we talk about the era of everyone. It's a great tournament to kind of get your feet wet into esports because it's a whole different scene. I don't think people realize how much different like a regular war, even a friendly war is compared to one of these esports wars with timed hits. You got to get that first attack in really quickly. There's a lot more pressure on, but we're going to have the captain of CMG, Lexnos, coming in, and it looks like a straight up Queen Charge Lalo here. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, he's got a log launcher in the mix, so we'll see what he can do with that and if he decides to swap it out. But a lot of times the Queen Charge can go in with one part, and then he can put in like the King, maybe even the Warden invested and throw in a log launcher to go after a chunk of the base with them as well. But his Warden is going to be, or his King, I mean, is going to be going in directly at the single point on the model, but a Skeleton spell will shut those down. More Skeleton spells, locking up these defensive heroes, locking up the single Inferno, distracting this Monolith. I like this approach here while the log launcher throws logs into that very, very compact area of the base while he's also cutting the funnel here for the Queen. So it is a multi-purpose approach into the left side, and it is working like a charm as he pushes in, gets the Monolith down. Queen will fight the CC, and he's also got some damage into the middle base there at the Town Hall. So honestly looking pretty solid, but he's not out of this yet. He still needs to make his way in and secure the Town Hall takedown.
These Ice Golems going to be annoying. Again, we've seen this time and time again. The Ice Golems are just super annoying. Queen will go over here. She'll be able to snag that Town Hall, no problem. Royal Champion's coming in from that top side, trying to get all the way into that other scatter shot. But the Ice Golem holding the RC up. She finally gets through it. Queen's going to get the Town Hall down here, and he's just setting up really nicely. I love this charge. I love this approach with the log launcher. Nice invisibility here on the Royal Champion. She did force her ability already, so it's going to be tough for her to get all the way through this scatter shot. I don't think she gets, oh, maybe. It was already low.
Yeah, that Diggy stuns up the scatter shot, and the Queen picks up the taking of the Expo, and that allows the Royal Champion to move through, and she's going to keep on moving. Even goes invisible. She wasn't taking any damage. You didn't need to use that invisibility there, but, you know, you look over there, you're like, oh, my Royal Champion really wants that Expo off, so we can get this Queen to continue to charge her way through, and this Queen is going to keep on pushing into the multi, and the Diggy comes
OP.
off of the Royal Champion and is now supporting the Queen, continuing to stun up the Lalo. It was like a cleanup Lalo, this one, just forming in, had 1.5 compartments to deal with. It is crushed. Lexnos puts up 14 stars in this meta. To put up 14 stars is absolutely incredible, man.
Oh, what a fun attack. That Diggy, man. Diggy is such a difference maker. We saw it there. I didn't think he would get through that scatter, let alone the Expo. And Diggy's just like, I got you. Don't worry. I got you. 2-second stun, no problem. Go ahead and throw those spears, World Champion. We got this base. Beautiful plan. Well executed. I like this plan a lot. A lot going on here initially, but keeps it all under control and just works through here. Look at this is such a cluster here, but it's all controlled chaos from Lex.
Yeah, very, very, very nice attack here. He was good with this attack at Town Hall 14 as well, and it's just a slight tweak here. Just throw in the additional support in with the heroes. You got extra tools to work with, and he didn't use any tie-ins. He didn't use any recall spell, but he was able to manage those defenses like a champ, and just using the additional support. Normally we see like the Warden thrown in there. If you're going to throw like a Siege Machine and the King together, you're going to have like the Royal Champion and the Warden all going in at that push. And he was able to power through that whole section with just the King and the Log Launcher, and that worked out great.
Yeah, it was a really well executed second. Like you said, almost like a cleanup Lalo here through the back end. And congrats to CMG as they'll go ahead and move on to our challenge phase. Best COC will have to go ahead and go down to that lower bracket. But FDOT, I mean, our highest scoring war yet, 14 stars. We didn't know if we would see something like that.
That's my official reaction, man.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have held my hand. I've really learned a lot about Clash. And jumping into a brand new meta is very interesting, no matter what game you're doing. And you set your expectations. I did not expect to see this many stars at all, but I don't think a lot of people did, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's CHASMAC, though. I mean,
and that's the big asterisk there. Because it's just CMG, but they also jumped into a new meta, lost one of the most notable base builders. P.S. It's a base builders meta.